Welcome to our new episode, from our massive series 100-part videos on Excel 2024 on AI analytics. Whether you are complete beginner or expert Excel user, you will love clicking the buttons inside Excel videos. Enjoy watching this excellent Excel video.
What if I told you that the single most powerful tool in your entire Excel toolkit is the one you probably barely even use? Today, we are diving deep into the Insert menu. This isn't just another tab. It's a feature that can genuinely transform you from a casual user into an absolute Excel power user. I mean, think about your own workflow for a second. If you're like most people, you live and die by the Home tab, right? But the real magic, the tools that turn these giant walls of data into compelling, interactive reports, well, they're hiding in plain sight. We're about to uncover that secret weapon that separates the real pros from the amateurs. You know that feeling, don't you? You spend hours wrestling with complex formulas like countifs and sumifs, or you're trying to get a chart to look just right, and then poof, it breaks the second new data comes in. Well, that frustration, it ends today. We're gonna show you how to automate all of that in seconds. So here's the game plan. We've structured this explainer to take you on a journey. We're gonna start with messy, raw data, and step by step, build it into a fully interactive, professional dashboard. We'll start with tables, then pivot tables, move to charts and spark lines, add some polish with illustrations and text, and finally, make it all interactive. Okay, let's dive right in.
Everybody waiting for your soul in the backyard, in the backyard. Yeah, I'll take you where you wanna go. Got my passport, get my passport. Waiting for you, can't stop waiting for you. I'm so close to breaking through. Won't stop waiting, waiting for you. She told me she wanna.
Now we'll go to the next session of the Insert tab Excel activities, where we'll work on the tables, charts, sparklines, filters, links, text, symbols. As we have in the previous, we have seen the different things that we can do it with illustrations. Now we will move on to the tables. Okay, to get the tables ready, we have to import the data. For that, we'll go to data menu, get data from file, text CSV file, and we'll select the category first. Import. Yeah, since it is moving from the CSV file to the Excel data sheets, we have to make sure it'll get into the data model. So it is showing as column 1, column 2. So for that, we are going to change it. Okay, we click on transform data, and okay, then we choose use first row as headers. That's done, and both are text. That is fine. So we click on close, load data. Okay. So the first model has been added called cat for the category table. So we have this table, and as you can see here down, a new Excel sheet has also been created. Okay, now we'll import the other table, get data from file xcsv, and then we go for region. Okay. In the region, we'll see if we need to do any changes. Otherwise, we have to click on load button. So here also you can see column 3, column 4 is added. We have to remove that. So we click on transform data. It loads the Power Query editor. In the Power Query editor, region table is selected. You have to just use first row as header. Okay, so that has been done. Now we can close and load it. Before that, all our text, so we don't have to worry much on that. So we loaded it. We'll create a new Excel sheet. Yeah, Excel sheet. Similarly, we'll be going and doing it for other files. That is product and date. Product, import, and yeah, this the column names are perfect. And this is a text, this is a text, this is a text, this is a decimal number, this is a decimal number, and then this is the SQ code. Okay, so go to transform data. Okay, so we have ABC text. This is decimal, and this is code. Everything is fine. So we don't have to do any changes. Even the headers are fine. So we'll do close and load. Okay. Then we do the other for other file. Get data from file xcsv. Now we go for date. As you can see, 3 data models have been created for 3 files. Okay, we click on transform data. Okay, the header files are perfect. So this is a number, this is a date. So date has been selected. Fine. And this is number, this is number. Month name is text, quarter is text, week number is whole number, weekend is true or false. Okay, so this looks good, so we'll close and load it. Yeah, so now I can see the table name also, it is properly updated. So we'll go for the last file, date, get data from file text CSV, transaction date. Okay, We'll check in the preview if we need to do any data model changes. Headers are fine. Numbers, but this should be decimal. Rest all are text. So we'll go to transform data. Transform data. And we'll go here. Change it to decimal number. Replace current. Okay, rest all are fine, I think. Units produced, units sold are the whole numbers. That's correct. And region ID is text. Product ID is text. Data key is number. So it has been properly populated as number. Transaction ID is a text. So we'll do close on library. So right now we have 5 data models. I need to create a relationship. For that, I have to go to data model, relationships, new, table, transaction, and then select product ID. Here, product ID is one relationship. Then you have trans. Then you have region ID. Then go to table region. Then you have region ID. Then we have table transaction. Product ID, region ID is already done. And data. So table data. Okay. Now we have to do other relationship is data product and category ID, data category, okay, table category, and we have category ID. Okay. Yes, now we'll create the pivot table from the pivot from the tables or from the data model. So we select data model so that we have access to all the data tables in the data model. We'll go select new worksheet. Yeah, here we have all the tables that are available on the data model. So first what we do is go to transaction. We'll have units produced and units sold. For rows, we'll go to date, select on full date. Okay. Then we have product, select product name. Okay. We can pull it to the rows. Okay. Then we right click on here or select anything. Then we click on pivot chart. So first one is clustered. We can go for this or we'll go for a 3D model. Stack. Okay. So here we have the pivot chart from the pivot table. So we have different quarters from the different data models. Okay. So slightly move this. Okay. So we can slightly modify it to look good. Select this. Sorry. Format data series. Okay, we select cylinder. and we'll make it 100%. Then we have gradient. Okay, introduce some transparency. Yes, and we'll introduce 3D formatting. Okay, you can see here it has changed. Bottom will change it a little bit. Material will be darker. Yeah, lighting is optional. So then we go for a shadow effect. We can go for shadow effect. We have it here. Then we already selected it and we completed this. Now we choose the other one. We'll go for a partial pyramid. Okay, and then we go for a shadow effect. And then go for soft edges. It's not the material. Some shadow. Then we go for here and we'll go for gradient filling. You choose a different color. Select another tune. Go for dark blue. Choose this one. Completely dark. So that's all right now. So you can see how the Excel can add a few more things. Chart title and data labels. Okay. Six. We can format this thing by going to design and choosing a different one. Okay, or keep it like this only. Okay, we can do a switch row and column. Either it happens. Okay, but we want it as per the pivot table. We'll keep it like this. And if you want to add anything in the chart title, above or center overlay, or let it keep it as well. Then we can have legend, not required for because it's a data table is not required. Okay, so we change it to transactions. So we can do here also what it has, what all has been displayed, and we can remove certain things. Yeah, that is also there. And now if we go ahead with this, we'll create one relationship that is okay. There we have it. So we have total revenue now here. Okay, what little bit down we have all the total revenue. Okay, so we have total revenue. Now we'll add one more measure, that is we'll calculate we'll calculate the gross profit. Okay. Calculate the gross profit. To calculate the gross profit, we have to add one more measure to the trans table. I click add measure. Yeah, total sales. That is trans units sold number uh, number or total amount and number of sales. Okay, we have that on total sales from here. You have to call it, I'll call it as gross profit. That is total revenue minus total sales. So there you go. Yeah. I'll have to add it, make it as decimal currency. Okay. Word chart is also updated. Let's remove data labels include. So there you have it. Total units sold, total units. So it is becoming clumsy. So let me remove this too. So there you have it. Now close this. So this is the pivot table, and this is the pivot chart. List. Okay. So as you can see, we can have category as one of the filters, and the product name. This is for total revenue for all products. I go it for sensor and power supply. It gets reduced here. Okay. If I add product name into the rows section, we'll come to know. I'll remove the full date and month. Easier for you. Okay. So this is the transactional table. Similarly, you can create a insert chart. Yeah, same thing. Can do a chart, change chart type. Okay. Nine or stocks. So like this, you can get different charts. It is clearly showing the good amount of sales and revenue on particular quarter, that is quarter one, sorry, quarter two. Okay. If I add I was supposed to add filters for category name. Okay. We'll have region name. Okay. Then if we have product name, there you go. I think region state would be better. Different cities. Okay. So this is how we can. Now I'll move to creating charts from the different tables. So we have a transaction table. Okay, and we'll go to insert menu. We'll create it. Okay, this is one thing. We'll create a one more chart. Go to recommended. Go to create, and just want to showcase you how many types of charts you can create. Recommended chart. Okay, so we can do some right click on this and format data series, and yeah, can do some changes for it, and introduce some transparency. Sorry, this is for the globe. So you can choose gradient, and you can have some transparency here. School, instead of linear, I can go for radial or rectangle or path. I'll go for linear and width. Change in the turn. We'll make it 45 degrees. Okay. Then if negative, there is no negative as such. Okay, this is low and soft edge will change the lighting. Okay. Then this is all done. Maybe just get 100%. And this also this transaction. Insert recommended line chart. Different for different dates. So the discount percentage that has been added get calculated. But when you go to think here pivot table, you can generate pivot chart. Here insert slicer. I'll go for category name to be introduced. So based on that, this will table and chart will get updated. So only mechanical. Then if we select electronics and mechanical, then power system to electronics. Okay, so it has increased. I'll include components, so that means all. Okay, as you can see, how the chart and tables get modified using slicers. Final thing is insert timeline. So go forward here and then I introduce timeline. Yeah. So based on that, you can there's no data in 2025 March, April 2024 till December. Yeah, data. So this is how you can use timelines. Okay. So this from here we'll go to product as a table that has been created. You can click on change chart type for stock. There you go, bar and area. Okay, so we can do certain things here. Go to select marker, gradient fill, preset gradients, and for a little bit light color. Yeah, we'll go for line. A line, choose gradient color. Okay, you go for linear, choose a different color, make it purple. This I'll make it as green. So you have a little bit transparency and over here then we have a little bit of shadows glow. Let's not make it 18 point, we can make it as 5 and have 3D effects. This doesn't make much for a line curve. They can use it if required. So there you have. Go to here, chart design. Can choose different formats. Okay, and then go to format and change the titles also. Yeah, like that we can do it for category. There's no numbers as such. Okay. We have already seen the other things, text box, header, and others. Header and footer is nothing, but okay, adding content to it. There you go, header and footer. We can introduce current date, scroll bit. We can introduce page number, and then we can have a file name. Similarly, if we come down to footer, we can have a sheet name. Okay. Doing this, we got the header, footer, and title and other things. So apart from this, the insert, yeah, we can introduce link between files. For example, if I click on date key, trans link date key, the existing place in this document, then I should go and open it in the date key. So once I click on this date, this okay, this is how we can do for link. Okay, there are many good 3D models that you can use it. So use them according to your data tables. You can rotate it. Okay. So like this, you can try out all other things. They're very easy. Yeah. And I'll go to trans. This is the uh, bundle open, first bundle opened. If you increase get a better look. Yeah. I can change it. Similarly, I can generate a line based on the same thing. Yeah. And I can insert one more line. This is how you can create spark lines. Can change the markers color, high point, all those things. Choose them. Okay. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to show you was go to this. It has capital state. We have Mumbai, Perth, and now we have Tokyo and Moscow. Okay. So state will be India, and its country. India, Australia, and Japan and Russia. I want to see how many people are engineers. This will be in number of lakhs. Say I'll tell it as 20 million. Sorry, 2 million. Yeah, it's 1.56 million. Here it is 1.8 million. Here it is 0.9 million. Yeah. To Ctrl+T. Yeah. Then I go here. I go for map. Yeah. This is about engineers. So you can see here the map has been plotted: Australia, India, and Japan, and Russia. Okay. So the density of the blue color shows the value of the engineers. Okay. That's all, folks. It was like first insert has with different charts. We have introduced it. Go through it once again and it will be helpful. Now we have completed almost 75% of the daily activities used on Excel sheet.
First things first, before we can even think about building cool charts or dashboards, we have to give our data a solid foundation. This isn't just about making it look pretty. This is about making our data smart. Seriously, this is the non-negotiable first step that is going to save you so many headaches down the line. And here's the best part. It's so easy. Just click anywhere inside your data range and hit that magic shortcut on your keyboard, Ctrl+T. This little box will pop up. You just make sure that my table has headers is checked, click OK, and boom. You've just transformed a dumb, static range of cells into a dynamic, intelligent object. So, why was that tiny step so critical? Well, because an Excel table is an absolute game changer. The second you add new data to it, everything, and I mean everything, that's connected to it updates automatically. Your charts, your summaries, no more broken formulas or outdated visuals. Okay, now that our data is smart, let's really put it to work. All right, with that structure table in place, we can finally unleash the single most powerful tool in all of Excel for data analysis. This is the engine that's going to do all the heavy lifting for us. Just imagine you're staring at a spreadsheet with over 10,000 rows of sales data. How in the world are you going to find the total sales for each region? Look, what takes you 15 minutes of writing complex formulas can literally be done in 15 seconds with a pivot table. This will save you hours every single week. The best way to think of a pivot table is like a data engine. It lets you instantly reshape all that data to answer basically any question you can throw at it. You just drag and drop the fields you want to see, and it does all the calculating and summarizing for you. And what's really amazing is just how simple this whole process is. You just click in your table, you go up to Insert, you click Pivot Table, and a new sheet opens up. Then over on the right, you just drag Region into the Rows box and Sales Amount into the Values box. In literally 10 seconds, you've gone from that giant wall of data to a crystal clear, meaningful summary. Okay, a summary table is great for analysis, but to really communicate your insights, to tell a compelling story, you have to visualize that data. This is the part where we bring all those numbers to life. And you want to know the best part? Since we started with a pivot table, making a chart is completely effortless. You just click inside your pivot table, head to the Insert tab, and pick a chart type. With a single click, that summary table instantly becomes a professional visual, just like this bar chart, showing us exactly which region is crushing it in sales. So a big chart like that is perfect for the overall summary. But what if you need to see the sales trend for every single one of your 50 products? I mean, making a full-size chart for each one would be totally insane, right? For that, we use a brilliant little feature called spark lines. And this is where their power really becomes clear. A spark line is just a tiny little chart that fits inside one cell. It gives you an instant visual of a trend, like sales progress or performance, right there next to the actual data. It's maximum insight in minimum space. So, the whole point here is picking the right tool for the job. A full chart is for your big presentation, your main story. Spark lines, on the other hand, are for that quick, at-a-glance analysis. They give you that powerful overview without completely cluttering up your spreadsheet. Okay, so our data is now structured, it's summarized, and it's visualized. Now it's time for that final polish. Let's elevate this whole thing from a simple spreadsheet into a truly professional dashboard-style report. You're gonna find all these tools right in the illustrations group on that Insert tab. Just think of this as your design kit. You can use shapes to create a really clean layout. You can use icons to represent key metrics like sales or users, and of course, text boxes for crisp, clear titles. This is how you go from looking at a spreadsheet to looking at a professional dashboard. All right, this is the final step, and honestly, it's the most exciting one. We're about to make our reports actually come alive for the user. We're gonna transform it from just a static picture into a fully interactive experience. And the key to all this interactivity is something called a slicer. I want you to forget about those clunky, old-school filter dropdowns. Slicers are clean, visual buttons. I like to think of them as the remote control for your data. You click a button, and the whole report just instantly responds. And they are so incredibly easy to set up. You just click on your pivot table, you hit Insert Slicer, and then you choose what you want to filter by, in this case, region. And now, when you click a button on that slicer, your entire report updates in real time. That right there, that's the magic of a truly interactive dashboard. And here's the real pro move. You can connect one single slicer to multiple pivot charts. So when you click that North Region button, your sales chart, your profit chart, and your product chart all update at the exact same time. This is how you empower your coworkers to explore the data for themselves and find their own insights. Let's just quickly recap the journey we took. We went through the entire workflow, from messy, raw data all the way to a dynamic, professional dashboard. And we did it all by using these key tools right from the Insert menu. Each step just builds on the last one, creating something that's not just powerful, but also really efficient. You now have the full toolkit to move way beyond boring static spreadsheets and start creating these dynamic, insightful reports. So the only question left is, what story is hiding in your data? Go find out. Explore these tools, and I promise you, it will completely transform the way you work.